And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day, committed to being your consumer advocate, helping you understand your buying decisions, making you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We love to help you win in any marketplace. We want you to save our hotline number in your phone at some point. You may want to connect with us. 813-750-0550. Call or text the hotline. It's an off-air number, 813-750-0550. You used to call me on my cell phone. Call us on the hotline. We'd love to hear that phone line ring from you. Last week we had a lot of calls, folks reaching out wanting to know more about their credit improvement opportunities, their mortgage down payment opportunities. We had several callers asking about our home service providers for the show. Lots of contractors involved with the Consumer Quarterback Show. Sent a couple referrals as well to our attorneys associated with the show. So it's a great way to help you connect to the local area business owners right here in Tampa Bay. And these are folks that we've vetted. We bring them on the show to help you understand your buying decisions, make you more street smart, as we say here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. The website is consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com. And this segment is brought to you by Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance. Say hello to our friends Stephen and Lisa Gunnan over at Replenish IV Solutions. And if you want to feel energized, hydrated, and replenished, this is a safe and effective way to do that. And I love going down to their Gandy location. I walk in, the nurse greets me with a water and also sits down and he says, "Hey, we got a vitamin infusion drip here. It's going to put vitamins right in your bloodstream." So big shout out to Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance, multiple Bay Area locations here in Tampa Bay. All right, a couple of hot properties. As you know, I'm the owner of the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, and we help our sellers profit more by featuring their properties live on our syndicated radio and TV show that reaches 85 different outlets worldwide. We've got property right here in Tampa Bay, 1200 Gulf Boulevard. This is a beautiful penthouse condo available right on Clearwater Beach. The backyard, your backyard is the beach. It's awesome. 1200 Gulf Boulevard, number 1805, almost 4,000 square feet. You've got three different terraces with almost a 360-degree view of the Intercoastal Waterway and the beaches. Just a gorgeous property available right here in Tampa Bay. 1200 Gulf Boulevard at the Meridian, number 1805 in Clearwater. And you walk out down to the beach, and of course you're on the Sugar Sand beaches and dolphin-filled waters of beautiful Tampa Bay. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. This is God's country. All right, let's make our introductions. Making his debut to the Consumer Quarterback Show, Mr. Mike Murphy, Murphy Auto Group. Hey, how you doing, Mike?
Excellent. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, my pleasure. And today I thought we'd talk a little bit about entrepreneurship and business, and of course, maybe some insights you have into the auto industry.
Yeah, sounds fantastic. It's a crazy time in the automotive world right now.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to you about some of the supply chains and labor as well, and those typical things that you're seeing with different business owners right now, some of the challenges that you have out there. So we got Mike Murphy on the show, real Mike Murphy as well, on his social sites as well, and his website as well. And also coming up later in the show, Brian Gordon from Tactical Society. He's our kind of a self-defense type expert. He's a Second Amendment expert, and talks about protecting yourself, protecting the family, concealed carry, and a lot of things you can do in that space. He offers lots of great training. We're going to kick it off with Clyde Smith as well. Clyde Smith, General Manager, Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, Clyde.
Hey, Brandon. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. We're just recovering from a very, very busy weekend. Of course, the phrase around here lately is every day is a Saturday. It's been very busy at the beach. Lots of beachgoers, lots of people enjoying the restaurants and the live music, and this weather's been just so amazing. A long stretch of no rain. We actually had a sprinkle yesterday, and it was relieving, but it didn't stay long, so it was gone by dinner time.
Yeah, it's been kind of dry. We're praying for rain up here. Everywhere I look, we got a lot of dead grass and whatnot. But I love that phrase. Every day's a Saturday, huh?
Yes, especially, it works out well, too, with the 7-day-a-week entertainment at Sloppy Joe's. So, no matter when you come out, you can listen to some good live music and, just bring such a good vibe out to the beach area and the fun on the beach and the waters. Lots of boating out there, as you know. They've been very active out in the waterways. And, with John's Pass just a mile north of us, you can pick up, jet skis, the parasail, all that is just a short walk or drive away.
Yeah, I love it too. When I go down there, sometimes I'll stay at the hotel with you guys, and then I'll go to Freedom Boat Club and take a boat out, enjoy the the waters in Tampa Bay. Just what a great time to get out and enjoy. Have you noticed also? I'm thinking, with the cruise line industry slowing down. Or actually, I guess they're at a standstill right now with the cruise industry. And have you noticed like pent up demand, like people just coming down now with a lot of the vaccinations being taking place, and then of course the mask mandates kind of easing in a lot of places?
Yes, we've absolutely seen that. Honestly, we're on our fourth busiest month of the 60-year history of the Bilmar. People have, been coming, and not all from out of state. We have a lot of locals that are still. I love it when I'm up in the lobby talking with guests. I said, "So where are you visiting from?" Expecting to hear Indiana or something, or like Spring Hill or Tampa, or just right around this area. So, and I think a lot of it is because the cruises aren't out there. We don't know what next summer is going to hold for us, but we're certainly hanging on and going for the ride this summer. The staff is working really hard. Their attitudes are still up, and that's a great thing. We did a really nice luncheon for the housekeeping team yesterday, just to thank them for all they've been doing and working hard and putting themselves out there. And it is it's pretty good. I'm looking out right now at the pool area, and not every chair is taken, but it's busy out there. A lot of families still making it a longer one. A lot of schools are already breaking out, so we're seeing a lot of families. Really, really good feeling around here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. It's such a great place to go visit and have that local staycation. The ability that we can just drive from Palm Harbor or Tampa or Bradenton, wherever folks live in this listening audience, Lakeland, and come down and enjoy. So the Bilmar Beach Resort, right on Treasure Island, there's lots of amenities, and there's also local area attractions and things to see, and then the new the boardwalk that you have as well. There's a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah, the beach trail behind us is just terrific. It's a mile-long beach trail. You can, bicycle, jog. We can get some roller skaters out there still. And then just going the other direction, just 8 miles away, is Tropicana Field. So the Rays on that amazing streak they're on right now, and the downtown pier. That pier is really nice, and it's big, wide open. There's a splash zone. That's the St. Petersburg Pier I'm referring to, which USA Today gave it the top 20 in all new attractions from 2020. So it's an attraction unto itself.
Yeah, we had a wedding down this past weekend down in St. Pete. A friend of ours and fellow show expert contributor as well, Captain Will Smith and Erica. And we spent some time. We had dinner there at Doc Ford's on the pier, and then walked over to the other structure. And wow, I was impressed. It was really cool, really nice, and just a wonderful
at
breeze.
The end of that pier is really neat. The views are just amazing. You look back to the downtown St. Petersburg, which is just such a vibrant area with, I think there's 100 restaurants now within a walking distance, and just park your car and go about it, and then come back and still catch sunset at the beach. So
yep.
It's a great,
that's right.
Great combination.
And we're talking with Clyde Smith. He's the general manager of the Bilmar Beach Resort on Treasure Island, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And over 90%, as hotels go, none can say that 90% of their rooms overlook the beach. And that is the case there at the beautiful Bilmar Beach Resort.
It sure is. There's such a good variety of rooms, too. If you're just coming for a night, you get one of our traditional rooms that face the beach. Or if you want the outdoor space, 2/3 of the rooms have a balcony, 2/3 of the room have a little kitchenette in case you don't want to go out for every meal. Especially some health-conscious people, like to, do a nice healthy breakfast or a lunch in their room. And you got all the pots, pans, dishes, everything you need. Or don't do it at all and go to one of the 2 restaurants. That's what it's really, and I think that is what the cruise people are seeing, is that there's a lot of great land cruises out there. You can just do such a variety of activities with the kayak and paddle boards that are down at the water's edge, and the cabanas you can rent, or you can just use the 2 beach chairs that come with your room. Gives a lot of flexibility for whatever someone's looking to do.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great time. And we always say, too, book directly, right? Go directly to the source, go to the website. And what's your advice around booking?
Yeah, well, one thing is to book early right now. If someone's looking to book their summer travel, the area is filling up. I've had trouble helping people find a last-minute room when we've been full, but we do. We go on and, make our recommendations based on what we know. But definitely go to the BilmarBeachResort.com. Make sure it's ours and not someone that's duplicating it. There are some sources out there that aren't the real thing, but you'll see our picture of our nice blue building and our beach, and that's how you know you're there. And any questions, they can just call us directly right here at the hotel, and that number is 727-360-5531, and my great guest services staff will help pick out just the right room for whatever you're looking for, be it a couple or a family. We have some combo rooms that give you 2 or 3 rooms connecting to each other. That's really nice to have that privacy at night, but then still be right there with your family. So those are super popular. Sunset Combo is one of those. And, you definitely get the best deal by coming directly here. We also have the Florida resident rate, which is always a great discount. And, of course, we have our first responders military rate. That's one of our best discounts that's out there. We love taking care of our military, especially coming off of the Memorial Day weekend. We really, love what they do, appreciate what they've contributed, and try to take great care of them when they come in here.
Yeah, that's great. That's good to hear, man. That's definitely really good to hear with the first responders, the military, the veterans, and especially coming off of Memorial Day. What it means even more this year. It just seems like going through what we all went through last year and just the challenges that we've seen as a country. It just seems like it really does mean a little bit more this year, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. And just we've all had time to reflect and really think about what's most important, and that's good. That's what we should be doing.
Yes, sir. All right.
You mentioned the wedding you had downtown. We've had we're going to have a record number of weddings this year. We're on track for 75 weddings this year.
Nice.
In fact, we had 2 on Saturday, and they both went over terrific. Great people, great entertainment at both of them. One had a tropical Hawaiian theme, and they actually had a flame twirler out in the courtyard. It was really great. All the guests loved it, and looked from their balconies and looked at it, and it was a good time. And
That's
then,
really cool.
We have a lot more weddings still coming up, but there's still some space in September too. If anyone's out there that just got engaged,
nice.
give Tara a call here, and she'll customize everything for you, and the staff will take great care of them.
Excellent. And BilmarBeachResort.com, you can find information there. BilmarBeachResort.com, #BillMarvelous on social media. And Clyde said, just call them directly. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. 727-360-5531. Go ahead and book your staycation, or if you're listening to this out of state, maybe on Apple TV, Amazon, or Roku, you can also just book directly at BilmarBeachResort.com or call them at 727-360-5531. Clyde, thanks so much, my friend. Appreciate you.
Brandon, thank you. Take care. Have a great week.
Take care, man. You too.
Bye.
All right, so good stuff. There's our hotel partner on the beach. Check them out, and you will not be let down. What a great time over there always, and all the stuff that you see at the beaches as well, the chairs and the setups. It's all down there as well at the beach with our friend Turbo down there. So we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we got Mike Murphy joining us. He's an entrepreneur, business owner. Mike Murphy, he's at Murphy Auto Group as well, realmikemurphy.com. And also our feel-good story of the day. We got a good one coming at you. A woman tossed a $1 million lottery ticket. The man who found it gave it back to her, so she tossed it in the trash, and he actually gave it back. Find out more about that and more with our expert contributors coming up right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
My friends, when choosing a listing agent to sell your home, their track record is critically important. Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Real Estate. They're consistently rated by the MLS in the top 1% of all Tampa Bay realtors, and that's a big deal. Brandon and Lindsay are always among the top realtors in the state. Call them today at 813-750-0550.
Find them at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
My name is James DeJerome, and I produce the Consumer Quarterback Show for Brandon Rhymes. The Consumer Quarterback Show is a team, a group of like-minded professionals who partner together to provide our audience sound advice, knowledge, and information to make them wiser consumers. We work with all types of business owners and aggressively promote our local economy. We're currently conducting interviews for our expert contributors. If you own a business or know someone who would benefit from the exposure our show provides, please contact us at 813-750-0550 or online at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. Giving a shout out to Veteran Gutters, longtime friends of the program, Brandon Porter and his team. They do a great job. If you're looking to have gutters installed on your home or business, reach out to Veteran Gutters. It's an American-made product. And Brandon, of course, is a veteran himself. So what better thing to do than support a local area business that is a business owned by a veteran? A couple of hot listings here from the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. I've got a property for sale right here. This one's over in Plant City. It's 5402 U.S. Highway 92. I've got a bar for sale out in Plant City. It's a corner lot location, large parking lot area, cash cow. There's about $12,000 to $14,000 a week coming in through this bar. It's got the 4 COP liquor license, and it's a great opportunity right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. In Plant City, it's 5402 West 92nd Highway right here in Tampa Bay. Also got a body shop for sale, 1602 East MLK, Gill's Body Shop, available for sale right in Tampa. So this is another cash cow property that is it's 45 years in business. So 45 years of reputation built up. People are bringing their vehicles from miles around to have Gil and his team work on him. 1602 East MLK, commercial opportunity, corner lot location, close to I-275 and I-4. Gil's Body Shop, available for sale right here in Tampa Bay. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we're going to go to Mike Murphy now. Mike Murphy Auto Group. Murphy Auto Group, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thanks again. Really happy to be here.
Yes, sir. So I was looking at some of the bio, some of your information. It seems like we have a lot in common. I started off working in my dad's property preservation business at a young age, and learning the true meaning of hard work, and discipline, and making sure the job gets done. And you kind of started off that way as well, working with your father, Dennis. Is that right?
I did. There's no class in college for hard work and experience. So as soon as I was 14 years old, if I wasn't playing baseball, Dad had me washing cars. Matter of fact, he had me started washing floor mats. I wasn't even allowed to wash cars that first summer.
Yeah, that's right. So you start at the bottom and work your way, now into ownership of your multiple locations. I think you have 5 locations now. Is that right?
I do. We have 5 automotive dealerships in Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, are you seeing, we talk to a lot of we have business partners on the show, expert contributors, and, home services contractors, and they're experiencing severe shortage in the labor market. They're calling it a labor crisis. Are you seeing that across your holdings as well?
That's a great question. Thanks for asking it. It's really by position. In the technician world, it's always been a problem to find quality technicians, so it's only getting worse. In sales and in the service drive specifically, we've done a great job of retention. We are big believers in millennial management and gamification. So we haven't experienced that problem where other dealers have. I do know it's an industry problem, but specific to Murphy Auto Group, we have not, through the ability to retain our employees.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's a good way to do it. Take care of your people, they'll take care of you, and it seems like that's what you're doing there. So when you started off, also you did a wholesale business. What's the difference between people walking in onto a lot and then just having a wholesale business like that?
Man, so starting off in wholesale business, I was in Miami, started at the U, finished at Port Atlantic and Boca, and at that moment in time I didn't speak Spanish. So the hardest thing was learning your audience. I don't care what you're doing, you've got to know your audience.
Right.
And as a wholesaler, most of the people I was dealing with were exporters, sending these cars to South America. and also buy here, pay here lots in the Miami-Dade area. So the first thing I had to do was learn Spanish and really understand that a lot like a retail transaction, it's all supply and demand. Now, in the wholesale world, you get 3 or 4 people physically there or virtually there nowadays. The entity, the widget, the piece of real estate, or in this situation, the car, is going to bring fair market value. So it's all about having the right audience, being able to communicate with them, and then standing behind your product. And if something went wrong at the auction, it's just like a retail customer. Your reputation is all you really got. So do the right thing every chance you get, and you can build an empire. At least that's what we did.
Yeah, that's cool, man. And so what have been some of your keys to success then when you're building this business? You're starting at a young age. You're kind of seeing how your father ran the business, and now you're what are some of the keys that you've seen over the years?
Yeah, thanks. So I'm 36, been in this business 22 years, and it's interesting because I see some people that have gotten 1 year of experience 22 times, or 22 different years of experience. And I think the key to success is getting comfortable being uncomfortable. As soon as I mastered something like washing a car or doing an oil change, my dad always put me in a new job, moved my cheese, consistently made me uncomfortable, a new boss. I never had him as a boss until I was a general manager of a store. I always worked for somebody else that really wanted to get one over on the owner's son, and that's fun because you got to take that on the chin and do everything with the utmost respect for the people that do it for a lifetime and skill set. I really enjoyed turning wrenches, not because working in a non-AC shop in the summer in Florida was a lifestyle that I embraced. It was more about this concept that there's so few people that can fix things that we really do need to appreciate the average technician in our dealerships more than we do.
Right. Yeah, that's a big part of it, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. Get comfortable getting uncomfortable, or be comfortable getting uncomfortable. It's like growing and expanding in anything you do in your business and in life in general. It's just like every turn you take and every challenge that you overcome, it's just growing that character, and it's helping you sharpen the saw and get knowledgeable and get more knowledgeable. And if you just joined us, we're talking with Mike Murphy here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Murphy Auto Group, and he's at Real Mike Murphy on Instagram and Mike Murphy on Facebook, and he's got a website, realmikemurphy.com. So yeah, we've you look at the different challenges as well. How did you face the challenges last year? With the Chinese virus, COVID, whatever you wanted to call it. The lockdowns, the shutdowns, how did that affect you and your business and your team?
It was scary. Before the PPP loans came out, my father was still alive at that moment in time, and he and I had a conversation, and he was old school. Hey, you got to figure out what's essential and non-essential, cut the fat, protect the steak, and I respectfully disagreed. We knew that the Chinese virus, I like that name, and that's where it came from.
Yep.
It was not going to be forever. And there was a great African proverb that said, if you're busy rowing the boat, you're not going to rock the boat. So in the height of COVID, what we decided to do, instead of laying or furloughing anyone off, my competitor even closed the dealership for 17 days, we sent 50% of our employees in every position at full rate of pay home for e-learning. Now, we had an e-learning platform we were going to launch in 2022 that was written by my late father and myself. We just innovated and brought that to market earlier. And what was nice is not only did we train our people for the first time really ever, but as unfortunately outbreaks occurred, and they did, we were able to do a quick deep clean, quarantine half of our dealership at home, full rate of pay, while they're learning if they're asymptomatic, and bring back the other team, and not only meet our customers' expectations, but exceed them. All three states here in essential business.
That's awesome.
I really want to say that's important.
That's awesome. We got to take a quick break here. More with Mike Murphy on the other side of this break. Murphy Auto Group here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We'll be right back.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Okay, we are clear. Let me know when you want to proceed, please. Brian, if you can hear me, can you give me a mic check, please?
Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Is he in front of the mic?
Pull that thing over, pull it down. There you go.
How's that? That better?
One more time, just give me a countdown.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Brandon, you just for comparison.
Brandon Rhymes, quarterback show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty.
And then Brian, one more time.
Brian Gordon. 1 2 3
Excellent.
1 2 3.
Thank you, sir.
Cool.
And Mike, just so that you know, we're just resetting to accommodate the next guest. We will resume here shortly. Johnny, you're good? Alrighty, everyone, please stand by.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. We'll let you know about some vacant land that I've got available for sale here in Tampa Bay. Lots of buyers coming in, of course, from out of state. You're noticing that blue state to red state pattern across the country. And now you're seeing people coming in and buying, of course, the existing inventory. But I've got some vacant land available. I've got about 12 to 15 different vacant land parcels right here in Tampa Bay, both commercial and residential type properties available. 6513 South County Line Road. This is out in East Hillsborough County over in the Plant City area. The great opportunity, 4.8 acres. Build your dream home on this gorgeous property with nice oak trees and a creek in the back. 6513 South County Line Road, available for sale in Tampa Bay. Around $270,000 is the list price on that property. And also, we have on Hamlin Road, I've got 41 acres for sale, available on Hamlin Road. Great development opportunity up in Pasco County. This is 41 acres, $995,000 is the ask price at 41 acres in Hamlin Road up in Pasco County. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we got Mike Murphy Auto Group on the show here today. And Mike, so we were talking a little bit about how you overcame the COVID challenge last year, and you know the virus scared a lot of people, but it seemed like you had a good plan. You worked the plan. You executed the plan.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, it was amazing, because I think the big thing, if you react to the unknown with fear, then your company can only survive. If you look at the unknown as an opportunity to get better, then your company can thrive. And I really do believe Murphy Auto Group took something as terrible as COVID, and let's not underestimate how terrible it was. I've lost family members. I'm sure we all have. But it was an opportunity where there was very few distractions out there, and our team really got back to the basics and got really good at their skill set again, and that's awfully exciting to see. Shout out to the team.
Yeah, that's awesome, especially when you have a great support team like that and a systems in place. And yeah, it's just an awesome, feeling when you have that team and you can come together and kind of rally around things. So yeah, it was interesting how it all went down too. And you said, okay, well, which one of these businesses are essential businesses and which ones aren't? And there's been a lot of talk about that on social media as well, and certain aspects of different types of businesses which were deemed essential and which weren't. But yeah, I would think real estate, we were definitely open. People needed to buy homes and rent homes and live somewhere. And in the auto industry, I would think as well, it's very similar. People have to have transportation.
Yeah, and everybody thought, well, maybe you should service cars because people need their cars repaired. That's essential, and that's a fair statement. But what about if it's beyond repair? And Governor DeSantis did a great job of keeping both sales and service open. And that's not the case in every state.
Right. Yeah, I love our governor. He's doing such a good job in a lot of different fronts. I mean, even taking on big tech and just so many different things. The critical race theory, he shut that down before it could really get started. But yeah, I mean, it's just he's doing such a good job being a leader, and I think that's what courage looks like. It's like you were talking about earlier too. When you have courage, in the face of challenges, that's really the true definition of being courageous and doing some of the things that he's done to to help us as a state. And look what the effect is at now. Now we got so many people moving here. It's it's such a real estate boom right now. It's here in Tampa Bay and all over the state.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just our store in Kane City, Toyota came in and said that they believe 48 people a day are moving to the greater Polk County Celebration Reunion area. That's amazing.
Wow. That's pretty cool. So that's an actual stat that you heard from like a Chamber of Commerce or...
That was from Toyota, so maybe they just want me to sell more cars. I'm sure they all do. But that was the optimization. Hey, man, you get 48 people moving to your PMA, your primary market area, a day.
Yeah.
And I said, you don't count Saturdays and Sundays, do you? You do.
That's really neat, though. You look at the population growth in Florida, and then it also brings challenges. I'm considering a run at county commissioner or maybe a state house rep, and I'm not 100% sure on that yet. But you start thinking about all these sustainability, affordable housing. My heart goes out. Clyde was talking about offering discounts for the first responders and the medical professions, but a lot of these police, the sheriff's department, they're not able to afford to live in the district they serve. So there's so many challenges that come with that growth as well.
It is. It is sad to see somebody drive, especially in law enforcement, 60 miles home. We all know what they get paid. Another group of people that are definitely underappreciated, and it's tough. I think when it comes to affordable housing, there's only one thing we can do, and that's build our way out of it. Right. I hate to see the cost of lumber right now. I would take a mean tweet and $500 lumber right now, wouldn't you?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I meant to ask you about supply chain. I'm glad you mentioned that. Have you noticed any specific changes to your industry based on supply chain challenges?
It has changed almost a 180. Let's talk in macro numbers for most of our audience. A car dealership in the United States usually has a 3-month supply. If they sell 100 cars, you get to choose from about 300 new vehicles on the lot. Currently, the Southeast import industry standard is a 15-day supply. So instead of choosing from 300, you're choosing from 50. And it really doesn't have to do with the vehicles. The vehicles are built. It comes down to the chip shortage. Now, there's going to be winners and losers in automotive retail from this. The Koreans make their own chips. Shout out to Hyundai and Kia. Don't own any of them, but they're going to do well. Some of the dealers, manufacturers that had piped up demand is going to sell through that. And Toyota, going through Fukushima and the natural disaster after the tsunami, supplied their chips, but they keep selling more than they're building. We can expect that through the end of the year, and it's going to mean some interesting things for the average consumer. You can Google right now the average price of a new car, what people are paying, not the list price, is going up by about 10%. And that's unfortunate if you don't have a trade.
Yeah.
Now,
Wow.
I'll be fortunate if you do.
Yeah, that's so the chips that the chips are affecting smartphone production, computers, all types of tablets, and then it comes also down to the precious metals too. I believe some of the precious metals like platinum and even silver that are used in those chips. But yeah, wow, it's interesting to see how this really affected in the big picture and the macro, as you say there, Mike. So we got about a minute left here, my friend. Give us your final thoughts, words of wisdom, and any insights you may have.
Sure. So specifically to the average consumer, 3% of the market is in the market for a car. To that 3%, now's a great time to buy a car. Remember, it's all about the difference. If the average sales price is up 10% and you don't have a trade, it could be tough. But your trade is worth thousands more than you would ever thought. Brandon would agree. Historically, your used car is a depreciating asset. Right now, it is appreciating. We're throwing the book over our shoulder, and every 7 to 12 days, your vehicle, especially trucks, are worth more than they were yesterday. So if you're looking to refinance, lower your cost of living, wait 90 days to a payment, if you've got a trade, it is a fantastic time to buy a vehicle. If you don't have a trade, then buy one off the streets, trade it in, or just reach out to me at The Real Mike Murphy, and we'll figure out a way to make sure you still get a fantastic price.
Wow, that's pretty cool insights. I didn't realize that that the used car market is appreciating like that. That's interesting content there. Yeah.
It is out of control.
Wow, very cool. All right, well, check them out online, realmikemurphy.com, Mike Murphy, Murphy Auto Group. Thanks for joining us today, Mike.
My pleasure. Appreciate you.
Take care. My pleasure as well. All right, coming up, we got Brian Gordon here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Tactical Society. We're going to talk about Second Amendment, concealed carry, training, and all types of good stuff. He's got his shirt on as well, Guns and Gars. I like it, man. I like the new branding. And Brian Gordon coming up right here on the other side of this break. Plus our feel-good story of the day as well. Find out about this woman who tossed $1 million lottery ticket. She threw it in the trash. Find out what happened next right here. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the real estate quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in 813-773-1253. Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing at 813-773-1253. Check out consumerqb.com. Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. Every day we like to tell you something good here on the program.
Tell me something good.
All right, so open-ended question here. What would you do if you found a $1 million lottery ticket in the trash can? So Abby Shaw returned the ticket to the woman who discarded it. And as Abby's parents own the Lucky Spot convenience store in Springfield, Massachusetts, and he said his mother sold a winning ticket to one of their customers. So he's going through the trash, I guess, just checking out the discarded tickets, and he notices that it wasn't scratched all the way and had $1 million underneath ticket. He said he was quoted saying, "We didn't sleep 2 nights," said Abby's father. He called my mom, grandparents in India. They said, "Give it back. We don't want that money. We don't want that money." So the family decided to return the ticket. Since the customer visited the store often, they knew how to find her. And as soon as she came in, I handed her the $1 million ticket. She freaked out and cried like a baby.
Wow.
So there's a feel-good story of the day. We got Brian Gordon in the house, Tactical Society. Welcome in, man.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for having me again.
Yes, sir. So $1 million lottery ticket. That's nice.
Wow.
That'd be nice.
Oh, man. I can think of a lot of things I would do with that million right now, man.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So talk to us, man. What are you seeing going on out there? What's going on in your world? You do training, you do concealed carry, you talk about training, and you got your guns and GARs
Yeah,
brand
man.
as well.
Still a high influx of people taking their they want their concealed weapon permit. So that's still a high demand. Still pumping those out. We also are seeing a high demand for those people that already have their concealed weapon permit and they want to come and get some additional training. So people are definitely getting in position to be able to take care of their themselves and their family.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Yeah.
I was looking at a stat the other day, either on like Newsmax or Fox News or something, and it said the number of new registration or background checks, it went up like almost 1 million from year over year.
Yeah,
or multiple million, was it? It was a higher number than that.
Yeah, it's crazy. And sometimes, I do have some of my my students or even people that have taken taking their concealed weapon with someone else that still haven't gotten their concealed weapon permit from months ago, for like 4 or 5 months out. So
they're backed up.
They're definitely backed up, but they are doing a good job for the high demand.
Yeah. It seems like it. So the Second Amendment, man, it just seems like we're always under attack. I woke up the other morning. It was funny. Like I woke up the other morning and I just happened to flip on the C-SPAN and they're debating. They had a phone number for yes, a phone number for no, and I called the no. It was something about infringing on the gun rights.
Okay.
And I called in. I actually got through. So I was talking on C-SPAN, and I muted my phone or the TV, so I couldn't see where they actually. They don't give you much time to talk, so they actually just cut you off when you're done. I guess making a point, but so I couldn't tell. But yeah, I was definitely I had all this on the tip of my tongue because I talked to you and Thomas all the time. I was like, no, we have the right. We should not be infringed upon the right to bear arms.
Right. I totally agree with that. I am a 100%, 200% supporter of the Second Amendment. Right. Matter of fact, when you spoke about my guns and GARs brand that I started that brand because I do have a love for cigars just as much as I have for guns, and I kind of merged those two worlds together. And the first name of my cigar, I actually named it 2A. It was the Second Amendment cigar.
Cool.
So, I definitely believe in supporting the Second Amendment rights, and they shouldn't be infringed upon in any way.
Yeah. And it seems like they're going to, it's the radicals in the country saying, oh, well, here's another gun shooting, here's another shooting. And this is the point I brought up. I said, well, why aren't they talking about the FDA and all these metals that they're pumping, these heavy metal pills they're, pumping into these kids?
Right.
Or what about the children that are being groomed from such a young age to, Grand Theft Auto and these different video games where they're going around the corner shooting people?
Right.
There's so many different things to point the finger at than just trying to take somebody's guns from them.
Yeah, and it's funny you said it. I mean, just think about, like you said, the food that, the FDA and these guys approve for our kids, our youth to consume, right? The movies that they're able to, that they make, the music that they listen to.
Exactly.
These things, I mean, if anything, a lot of this, should be kind of regulated before we regulate the guns.
Yeah.
And it's not the good guys that are committing the crimes,
Exactly.
Right.
It's a violent nature. I mean, it's just like it's a violent, adolescence even more. You look at the kids and the social media and how mean they get on the, because you're a keyboard warrior. It's not like you're saying it to somebody's face like you had to do when we were growing up.
Right. We have to go out. Hey, we get off the bus and we duke it out, and then we shake hands and then we go home. You know what I mean? It's just a different world we live in, man.
So we got Brian Gordon here on the show, Tactical Society at yahoo.com. Tactical Society is the name of the company. And talking about the Second Amendment, too, and they use a lot of wordplay.
Right.
Here's the thing they say is, assault weapon. Like I think it was Rand Paul or Cruz asking one of the other, can't remember who that person that he was asking that to, a senator or one of them, and he said, well, can you give me the definition of an assault rifle?
Right.
And he couldn't give a definition. He said, oh, well, clips, it's got this clip and it's got that clip. What do they really have to say? What is an assault rifle, right?
Right. So if they can't define it, then how can you regulate it? So again, man, I think the problem that I see is that you have a lot of people, man, that are in these political positions that don't necessarily know the ins and outs of guns. I think they need to educate themselves on what an assault weapon is. I think they need to come down, down to these gun stores and actually see what it is that they're talking about, because a lot of them have no idea.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also ammunition, is it still light?
Man, ammunition is the new gold, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, ammunition is the new gold. Kind of take you back to the beans and bullets days,
Yeah.
It's super hard to find ammunition. It is it comes in spurts, but it's hard to find. Once you see it, you better buy it.
Is there one caliber that's easier to get than the others?
No, man. I've seen it kind of varies. I mean, I know the 5.56 at one point was kind of hard to find. There's a few places in Florida that I know that you can get that ammunition, but it's kind of it's all across the board. It's kind of hard to find right now.
What's your average price for like a 9mm box?
About $50 a box. Between $45 and $50 a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a collector's item.
It's like double, man. You know what I mean? Some places triple. So,
wow.
And like again, it just depends on at what point in the market we're at as far as the demand of it. I've seen it even be more than that at gun shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking with Brian Gordon here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So if somebody wanted to go out and get their CCW permit, what would that look like? What's the steps?
So they could come to my website, otsnation.com. That's otsnation.com, and you could basically sign up for either concealed weapon permitting or firearm training. We do also have training for kids as well. So anywhere from the advanced shooter to the intermediate shooter, or maybe the beginner, we have it all. So we can give you all those training. And we also have a specialized gear line, bulletproof gear, bulletproof book bags, bulletproof vests, knives, boots. We have a pretty good range of products. So we would love to be of assistance. And we also offer security services as well.
Yeah, security service. That's cool for people doing events or parties.
Yes.
Or different types of meetups. So what would be your total price? Let's say somebody doesn't have a CWP license yet, concealed weapon permit, and they wanted to get that and buy a couple rounds and do some shooting. What just trying to get a general idea for people. Just in case they wanted to do.
It would be $99.99, so basically $100.
Yep.
You take that concealed weapon, 1 hour, hour and a half in the classroom, and then we take what we talk about in the classroom, and we apply it on the actual rifle range. So all those 5 basic principles of shooting, we apply that on the range. You pass that, and you get your certificate. Take that certificate, you turn that into the Department of Agriculture, along with the your background check from the state of Florida, and your fingerprints, and then this awaits you get your concealed weapon permit.
Nice.
Yeah.
And when you think about so many people carrying the guns, you hear about these accidental fires.
Right.
What are some of the top 2 or 3? Look out for this. Watch out for that. Don't let this happen to you. Don't be the jerk who did that.
Yeah. Well, it's a few basic rules that you should follow, which is you never point the gun at anything you don't intend to shoot.
Right.
Right. You keep the gun unloaded until you're ready to use it. And if you follow those rules, you definitely find yourself in a much safer position to be able to not have those type of accidents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know some people like to keep it loaded just in case, like if it's a worst case scenario, something quick,
right?
Where you're getting threatened. But so if people do have it loaded, what's the next step?
It depends on the situation, man. Like some people have kids. You know what I mean? So if you have kids in the home, then that gun needs to be in a safe or needs to have a safety device on it.
Yep.
Right? If you're a single person, it's just, you in the home, then that gun can be ready to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just you. But again, it varies on everybody's situation. So I don't like putting a blanket statement out on how to, if you want to keep your gun loaded or unloaded. I think it depends on your situation.
Right. What's the most popular gun right now? What are people buying?
everything.
Just a pistol
man,
to have.
Hey, if there's a musket for sale right now, I think somebody would buy it, man. It doesn't matter, man. It's all across the board, man. I think all manufacturers right now are winning when it comes to gun sales.
Yeah.
It's what's available now. But the AR-15 is always going to be probably a popular gun right now. But again, it just depends on what's available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the situation with the NRA right now?
They're in trouble.
I heard that.
I don't know too much about it, but I do know that they are in some legal trouble right now. So there are other there are a few more organizations that's out there. I am a member of the NRA, and I've been supporting them since I decided to get my NRA license, and it's been a great experience. So I support them.
Yeah, exactly. And there's other ones like. I signed up for U.S. Texas Law Shield.
Yes, I have them as well.
Just in case you actually have to use your gun.
Yes.
Like Thomas says when he's on the show, you're committing a crime to commit a crime or to stop a crime in a lot of cases, right? You're shooting somebody, worst case scenario. So you're in a position where you have to stop the crime. But then, the attorneys, the deputies are going to show up. You got to really be polished about what you're saying and how it went down.
Right. Well, the best thing to say is probably say nothing until you do actually get an attorney.
Right.
So your words aren't used against you.
Exactly.
And that's what U.S. Texas Law Shield, that's one of the first things they tell you, and that's what you pay for with the insurance, which is definitely worth it. You get a car, you got car insurance.
That's right.
So if you purchase a gun, you definitely should get some gun insurance as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, good stuff, my friend. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. OTSNation.com. Find them online, OTSNation.com. Brian Gordon in the house, Tactical Society. And he's got an email here as well, tacticalsociety@yahoo.com. And thanks for coming in, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate you.
Hey, my pleasure. And hey, I want to say thanks to all of our listeners, our viewers out there of our TV show. Follow us online. We would love to connect with you at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter. Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook as well. And, of course, the Platinum MVP team. Thanks to all of our producers, our listeners, our folks out there calling in, reaching out to the hotline. You can call or text the hotline anytime, and we're going to make sure we get back to you in a timely manner. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.